Hello and welcome, I'm DinXy and this is Avebad TV with the Broken Sword 5, the Serpent's Curse walkthrough, episode 2, and we are finally inside the chapel and taking a look around. Oh, I'm finally moving George.
Nico?
Let's see what Nico has to say.
What should we do next?
Why not find out what the Hendersons are up to?
Yeah. Wood shavings, what were they doing?
Wood shavings. This was one building site that needed Mr. Tidy. They smelt exotic.
What the hell? I guess I'll pick some up.
My mother always said cleanliness is next to godliness.
Nice. So what, should give them to Trevor?
Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
I guess it's not anymore. What's this?
It was an old crank handle.
What is this supposed to do? Anything else here? Holy shit.
An old candelabra hung from the ceiling.
What is this? Black Madonna. What?
A statue of the Madonna and Child watched over the chapel.
There is something here.
There was a recess in the wall with a Latin word carved above it. Puritas, purity. I'd seen that word before somewhere.
Yep.
The wall here was made of bare rock. It looked like the chapel had been built right into it.
I guess we need to move that wall of rock somehow.
An empty, coffee-stained mug had been left by the altar.
What, burglar? A builder's mug.
It was an empty mug.
What's with the altar? Let's check it
A
out.
modern plaster altar had been built against the rock.
Okay. I guess the altar is... Why is black Madonna? We need white now? Or I'm just racist. Sorry guys. Okay, let's see. They said they had stone carving.
It was a stone carving showing a kneeling figure.
Okay,
Praying to the Madonna, probably.
probably. And then there is a crank. An obvious thing we need to do. Fine, let's talk. Oh, there's a turpentine. We have quite a few shits here. Let's talk to the Henderson. Let's start with Dwayne first. Sup, Dwayne?
Great to see you again, Mr. Henderson.
Wow,
Great to see you too, George. Great work back there with the cable car.
that was our Nico. Meanwhile, she's...
Pearl okay?
I wish. I'm afraid we're having one of those days where everything goes wrong.
Tell me about
Tell me
it.
about it.
This is just the start. Okay, let's talk.
What have you been up to since we last met in Claramonte?
Well, there was that little sideshow in Rome, but we can't talk about that. You know why, George.
I do? I do.
Why?
I don't get it.
Top secret.
Need to know, Nico.
Okay.
Dwayne is, snoozer.
Don't you mean a sleeper?
No way, honey. A snoozer's at least 2 pay grades up from a sleeper.
Wow.
So I hear. Anyway, I don't believe I've had the pleasure, Miss...
Nicole Collar. Call me Nico.
Well, how's about that?
Ah.
So this is the beautiful Nico.
Yep.
No
this
wonder
is.
you've been hiding her away from me, Georgie boy.
Yep.
Gosh, no,
It's lovely to finally meet you too, Mr. Henderson. George has told me so much about you.
Oh, call me Dwayne, my dear. And let me assure you of one thing. Everything you've heard is quite possibly true.
Dwayne
Wow.
was loud, large, and short-sighted. But boy, was he a charm.
Okay.
Is there anything we can do for Pearl?
I sure as hell hope so, George.
Oh, what?
She's been planning and researching this trip for years. Our little pilgrimage. And Santa Cova Chapel here was the cherry on the cake.
Really?
Not a thing she don't know about this place. Madonna, blah, blah, blah. Chapel built in, yada, yada, yada. She's Santa Cova's very own walking encyclopedia.
Nice.
Well, weeping encyclopedia, I should say.
Okay. We need to calm her down.
So what brings you to Santa Cova?
Pearl's idea from the get-go.
Oh, come on, Pearl. Get it together.
Ever since the unfortunate car accident back home, she's been scouring those pilgrimage brochures. Gotta be
Wow.
full of wonder and life-changing imagery. Got to have penance potential. Got to offer a real spiritual experience.
Well, I'm sure this place will be very spiritual once it's finished.
Wow, she keeps crying.
If the chapel is not what she expected, how about the monastery?
Schools.
Hot dog, no. That place is for tourists, not pilgrims.
Oh, I see.
You said she expected a spiritual experience?
No, that's what the brochure promised. Pilgrimages, little monk fellas, singing, shafts of light, the whole shebang.
Shafts of
Smells,
white.
bells, and heavenly light.
Yeah, that's what the lady wanted.
And now the only smell is turpentine. So sad.
Oh, excuse me, Pearl needs me.
I guess I should talk to Pearl then.
There, dear.
Everything's
Pearl
gonna
could
be...
be a mine of information about the chapel, if we could just cheer her up.
Let's talk to her then. I can cheer everybody up.
Pearl,
Shh, she doesn't want to be disturbed.
What?
hi, Dwayne.
Hey, George.
How the fuck are we gonna cheer her up?
How you holding up?
Me? Oh, I'm fine.
Let's
Pearl,
talk
on the
about-
other hand.
Yeah,
How's Pearl doing?
still whining.
She's pretty upset, George.
Oh,
Maybe she just needs a hug.
yeah.
Is that the best you got? The
Oh.
last time she was in a mood like this, I tried the old hug routine.
Didn't go well?
I still have the scars, not just the mental one.
Oh boy, oh boy. I guess we have better...
What can you tell me about Santa Cova?
Yeah.
Well, Pearl's the expert, not me. She knows everything there is to know about this chapel.
When we gonna use that?
Did you see the Black Madonna?
Oh, you betcha. She's the little lady we came to see, though Pearl's in too much of a state to even look at her.
Boo-hoo-hoo. Let's whistle.
Hey, that tune you were whistling earlier, it sounded familiar.
Oh, it's Schubert's Ave Maria. In our courting days, me and Pearl used to hang out with the Campanology Society. It was Pearl's favorite.
Okay, so I need to...
Good thing we had the radio.
Mm-hmm.
In my line of work, I'm always prepared.
For what?
Yeah.
Well, thieves. I gotta protect my lunchbox somehow, George.
Huh. Okay.
He wouldn't want to see it.
What about Trevor?
I thought maybe a squirt of Brett might cheer her up.
Very considerate of you, George, but Pearl prefers a flowery scent.
Hmm.
Dwayne, know anything about this?
What is this?
Sorry, George, I don't.
I didn't think Dwayne had anything to add.
Yep.
Dwayne wouldn't be interested.
I'm not showing them that.
Dwayne, know anything about this?
The yarn. Come on, Dwayne.
Sorry, George, I don't.
Oh.
Dwayne, know anything about this?
Showing him the fucking...
Sorry.
He doesn't.
I didn't think he'd be interested.
Okay, so what else do we have? A cookie?
I was sure he didn't want to see it.
He doesn't want the cookie?
I knew he wouldn't be interested.
So let's show him Trevor with a gem on
He
it.
probably wouldn't care.
Oh.
I didn't think he...
So there was nothing.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh man, Pearl. We need to cheer her up.
There, dear.
Okay. There's a balcony as well. And a toolbox.
The
Let's check.
view over the valley was spectacular. The view over the...
So we need to whistle Ave Maria. Ave Maria. Candles.
Candles could be heavenly. But Pearl had already claimed this little oasis of spirituality as her own. I needed something more striking to get her attention.
Let's open the toolbox, see what's inside. Hammer.
It was a selection of tools.
And I picked up the hammer out of all this.
It was a hammer with a long, thin head, usually used with a chisel to carve stone.
Oh, so what, we need to carve the fucking shit on the face of that dude there?
It was a spectacularly unremarkable traffic. A fire extinguisher, with all these lighted candles, seemed like a sensible precaution. A paint can hung from the scaffolding. It looked just like its neighbor.
Okay. What can we do here?
The scaffolding was a little loose.
Oh no.
Everything rattled. It made a surprisingly dulcet noise. The scaffolding was a little loose. Everything rattled.
Okay. Wonder who is this? Industrial what?
It produced a dull sound when I rapped my knuckle against it. It produced a dull sound.
So what I need to fucking...
It was a half-empty bottle of turpentine. Or, as I prefer to think of it, half full.
Okay. Let's pick it up.
It produced a dull sound.
Oh man, how are we gonna fucking sound Ave Maria here? Traffic on now.
It was a selection of tools.
Can I go outside?
The view over the...
Not good. We're stuck here trying to cheer up. What sound does that make?
The scaffolding was a... Everything rattled. It made a surprisingly dulcet noise.
Oh man. Let's ask Nico what she thinks
Nico?
we need to do.
So, what did you mean by smells, bells, and heavenly lights?
I'm talking about the authentic church experience.
Oh, I see. Smells, bells, and heavenly lights.
I guess that's what we need to do.
Any idea how old the chapel is?
That's what I asked you.
Yeah,
So, we basically don't know anything.
basically.
That's the long and short of it, George.
Poor Pearl.
Yeah.
She's in quite a state. If we're going to find the tabula, her knowledge is key.
Man.
All our hopes are pinned on an American tourist.
I pin my hopes on an American tourist all the time.
Got any ideas for smells?
Yeah, those wooden...
Have you found any incense? Church smells don't get much more authentic than incense.
Okay.
I found a statue over there. A black Madonna.
Great! What did you find out about it?
Nothing.
That's all I got.
Well, it's not a lot to go on.
Yeah, George. Okay, those wood shavings, we need to burn them. Turpentine is burning?
It was a half-empty bottle of turpentine.
Definitely can burn. What else is that crank handle though? What does it do? I see.
The carving should...
What can we figure out here?
It was an empty mug.
We're gonna put something in there and wide it up. Can we?
I put the shavings in the mug.
And then lid them up.
I lit the shavings. They smelled not completely unlike sandalwood.
Not
The
bad.
shavings were slowly burning inside the mug.
Can I light the candles?
I lit the candles on the candelabra.
Then lifted it back up. And what else do we need? What's with the chisel?
The hammer produced a promising sound.
Nice.
A.
What?
What are you up to?
Look! I made a Churchenspiel. That sounded like an A. A. That didn't sound right.
Huh.
B, if I wasn't mistaken.
And the traffic cone?
Wrong.
C.
G.
Oh. I'm really bad. So what else can I hit here?
A. G. B.
Those three needs to be combined, I guess.
Well, that was fun.
I guess I need to
Hey,
find out
Nico.
exactly the correct order, because... Yeah, we talked about everything. Let's talk about Dwayne. How
Hi,
exactly
Dwayne.
the song goes.
Hey, George.
What were you whistling?
Oh, it's shoot.
Can you tell me anything more?
He wouldn't want to see it.
Na 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 na.
He
na.
probably wouldn't care.
Pearl?
She's...
Oh, it's the same shit.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Pearl needs me.
He actually whistles it now?
There, dear.
Come on, Dwayne, do it. Whistle it, Dwayne. Scaffold.
It was rickety scaffolding cluttered with tools and supplies.
So I need to move this to make some other sound, I think. But what?
I needed a better idea.
Yeah, and fast. I think I need to fill them to sound different from each other, because they're both A.
I poured the turpentine into the paint can.
There we go. If I can read, this would be... Well... Can we put the fire extinguisher somewhere? No. Do we have more turpentine? No. And that should be it then. And maybe this... Industrial... Grater, what can we use it for? Hang it up?
That wasn't worth trying.
I guess not. What can we do with him?
That wouldn't work. That wouldn't make any sense.
Okay, let's see, what do we have? Otherwise...
That would be pointless.
What?
The hammer produced a promising... An F sharp.
Yep.
A.
And this was incorrect.
Not a pleasant sound.
Yeah. Can we get a sound of a traffic cone?
Wrong. B. G.
Wow. Guess I need to figure out the correct sounds for that.
A.
Dun,
F sharp.
dun.
G. B.
So, A.
F sharp. Oops. I'd have to start over.
So.
A. B.
And then this.
G. F sharp.
Dun, dun, dun.
G. A. That wasn't it.
So where do we start?
A. F sharp. G. Wrong.
I need somehow to combine those shits. Well, to not waste time, I'll cut, and until I figure it out, guys, make sure to follow the channel to keep up with the updates. I'm DinXy from TV saying thanks for watching. See you next time.